Long's Billiards in Newport News is having a massive sale. 7, 8, even 9-foot tables are at an all-time low price, including Connolly, Brunswick, and Olhausen. 1,000 pool cues in stock are up to 30, 40, even 50% off. Over 100 pool tables also on sale. When gone, they're gone forever. Log on to longsbilliards.com. Call 599-3661 and visit them at 9906 Wart Boulevard. Major clearance prices going on now at Long's Billiards.
Mi Hogar is your restaurant for the finest Mexican cuisine in Hampton Roads. At Mi Hogar, everything is prepared fresh in a casual atmosphere. Enjoy traditional favorites such as quesadillas, tacos, burritos, and fajitas, as well as refreshing beverages. Mi Hogar has 2 locations, 4201 Granby Street in Norfolk and 801 North Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. Call ahead at 640-7705. At Mi Hogar, there is something for everyone.
From Chesapeake, Virginia, 1650 AM WHKT presents Sports Scene. Sports Scene features local, regional, and nationally acclaimed guests and excellent interviews. Follow Sports Scene on Twitter at Greg Bick and at GJBTV.com. Now here is Greg Bicouvaris.
Joe Daniel, you are the best, my friend. You are the best. All right, this is Sports Scene. The extravaganza continues. An interview show each Wednesday from 12 to 1. Also, sports highlights on nnpstv.com, where we feature the Woodside basketball coach as well as the athletic director, both doing a great job as well. Tell your friends about 1650. Twitter, at Greg Bick, at Sports Highlight, at GJBTV, and HROnlineMall.com, as well as WHKT AM 1650, all on Twitter. Thank you to our military. Great guest lineup as well. Sponsors on GJBTV.com homepage and marketplace sponsors. Guest lineup presented by Mi Casita Mexican Restaurant with 2 great locations in Virginia Beach. Great place to have Mexican food. Phone line presented by Mi Hogar. Sponsors this month, JD on WHKT, our Spaghetti Eddies, Crawl Space, and Mi Hogar as well. Bowls, I want to thank Sonny Durth for joining us on the college football bowl scene we just had from 11 to 12. That will be archived later this evening. Sonny will retweet it as well on GJBTV.com by hitting the YouTube link. GJBTV.com, hitting the YouTube link. We will also tweet it as well. Redskins in a must-win game against the Panthers coming up on Monday night. They did beat the Eagles, and that's who the Ravens will be playing 1 o'clock on Sunday on Fox. Congratulations to James Madison as well as Richmond, who did very well in the FCS playoffs. Hot stove going on in Major League Baseball. The Orioles and Nationals have been kind of quiet this offseason. We'll see what happens with them as the winter and spring evolve. Basketball, college, and NBA going on as well. Cavaliers taking some much-needed break for some of their stars. And, of course, your place for the holiday happenings, all that you need is Hampton Roads OnlineMall.com. That's Hampton Roads OnlineMall.com. Browse, shop, visit restaurants, coupons, marketplace, the homepage, services, retail, everything, all-inclusive. Folks, go to Hampton Roads OnlineMall.com. Tell your friends your holiday shopping headquarters. Great interviews, business segments, highlights, commentary. What teased me off? Always a lot. Thank you for making the habit, Joe Daniel, to listen to Sports Scene each Wednesday from noon to 1. And we love our regulars and listeners and newcomers as well. This is Sports Scene. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages right here on 1650 AM. TuneIn.com. Type in WHKT right now.
Oh, yeah, this is the place where Washington Wizards basketball comes alive on the radio.
John Wall, edge of the circle, cuts his right, splits the defenders, drives, 360 under the basket, makes and scores!
Follow John Wall, the Wizards, all season long on their journey through the NBA.
Catch and shoot for 3, it's there! It's there!
Check it on Twitter at Dave J Sports or at JC Talks. It is the hashtag radio party right here on your home for Washington Wizards basketball.
Listen on 1650 AM, The Answer.
Nor'easter season is here, so don't get all wet. Protect your house. Call Crawl Space Door Systems at 363-0005. Reduce your flood insurance, reduce the threat of mold and insects, and save energy. Crawl Space Doors, air vents, flood vents, vent covers, and fans can help you stay dry or get you dry quickly. Contact Crawl Space Doors for more information at 363-0005 or online at crawlspacedoors.com. Stay dry, my friends.
People in Chesapeake and Hampton Roads have come to expect the finest Italian food at Spaghetti Eddie's. In addition to great lunch and dinner served daily, this fine establishment caters to and can host your party. Call 484-7301 for their Taylor Road location and call 410-5500 for their restaurant in Greenbrier. For more, log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com.
Catch up on archived editions of Sports Scene by going to gjbtv.com and clicking the YouTube image on the homepage. Now back to Sports Scene on 1650 AM and TuneIn.com.
All right, and welcome to Sports Scene right here on this Wednesday, December 14th, 11 days before Christmas. Greg Bicouvaris, glad you're with us. Hope you enjoyed the college football bowl scene from 11 to 12. Want to welcome our next guest. You see him on ESPN. He's also an elected official as well. He played college football and the NFL too for several schools like Long Beach State and Howard, also for the Patriots, the Barcelona Dragons, and the Minnesota Vikings. He will be calling the first bowl of the year, the absolute one of the best, the Celebration Bowl. Let's welcome Jay Walker. How are you, Jay?
Greg, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? It's bowl season, right?
It is.
So everybody's in a good mood.
That's it. 41 bowls, Jay. And, of course, we talked about your bio blast as well. And if there's anybody that multitasks, Jay, it's got to be you. I mean, you're on ESPN. You're an elected official. And, of course, you're involved in the financial world as well.
And you, out of all that, you know me.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even mention my baseball career, man. I played minor league baseball for the Angels, and I commentate college baseball. Come on, man.
Yeah,
if I'm going to work hard, you at least got to give me credit.
That's for you, my friend. That's it. It's all good.
and you know better. That's why I'm giving you a hard time, because you know all this stuff.
Of course. I've worked with him several times on ESPN. And let's go ahead and set the table there for the bowl that you're going to be calling. Really going to be an exciting bowl. And it really is a celebration bowl. It's going to be on ABC and the MEAC versus the SWAC.
Yeah, it's an awesome experience. I think it's symbolic with the symbolism. Obviously, you've got the HBCU National Championship being determined at the very first bowl game on ABC. So it's bigger than ESPN. It's all the eyeballs in the nation. We had a fantastic game last year in the inaugural Celebration Bowl with Tariq Cohen. I think we introduced America to Tariq Cohen last year, and he had a fantastic game and a great senior season and a great career at North Carolina A&T. I think this year we've got the two best teams are here. There's no question about it. You've got two HBCUs that are ranked in the top 20. Grambling, which is probably the most famous HBCU in the country in terms of football. The G-men are back. They're on their way back. They've lost one game this year, and that was to the University of Arizona week 1. And during that game, they were winning at halftime 21-3, and they elected to take out their starting quarterback. So you're talking about a team that could be undefeated with the Pac-12 victory under their belt, taking on North Carolina Central, who all season kind of trailed North Carolina A&T, the defending HBCU national champions, because Tariq Cohen and the star power. But they played them last game of the regular season, everything on the line. The North Carolina Central beat them. And when you look at Central as well, they're 9-2. Their two losses have come to FBS teams. They lost to Duke, and they lost to Western Michigan. And we know Western Michigan's undefeated, so you can't blame them for that loss there. So two real good quality programs, two coaches in their third year. Grambling has the star power. They've got Devontae Kincaid at quarterback, who transferred from Ole Miss, who was battling Chad Kelly for the starting job there before he moved on to Grambling. They've got an NFL wide receiver. And North Carolina Central just representing the Mid-East Athletic Conference. So it's going to be a fantastic game down there in Georgia. And I was just saying on my Twitter page, this is the first time in a long time I really feel you could just flip a coin in the air in terms of which team's going to win this football game.
Yeah, I was really excited. I worked North Carolina A&T versus Richmond. I was just excited, Jay, and we've worked both a lot of games, just to see that the MEAC got some love from the SES and, of course, got that at-large bid.
Yeah, they got that bid to go along with it. I was disappointed. You look at that. I mean, A&T was not the same team. When they had their quarterback, Lamar Raynard, in there, they were legitimate top 10 in FCS football. He went down, so he didn't play against North Carolina Central, and he didn't play against Richmond. And they just looked awful. Tariq Cohen couldn't do it all by himself, as special as he is. But that's a really good team Rod Broadway has there. Mid-East Athletic Conference, they're elevating their talent level. They're starting to play better non-conference games. A&T beat Kent State this year, which was a step up for them. They had a historic year, very competitive. And, you're starting to see that play out on the field, these non-conference matchups.
Right, and you talk about Grambling, of course. You can't mention Grambling without mentioning Doug Williams. We used to do a show together when he was down here in Virginia. Of course, he's now back with the Redskins. He played great with Tampa Bay. And, of course, him and James Harris, in my opinion, the former great Rams quarterback, really helped put Grambling on the map, of course, with the legendary coach Eddie Robinson.
No question. And both of them are going to be at the game. We're going to do interviews with them as well. They're very active in the Black College Hall of Fame, which is something we're going to be talking about during the game, as well as they're doing the Deacon Jones Award, which goes out to the HBCU Player of the Year. And so we've got the 4 finalists that were announced today. Tariq Cohen from North Carolina A&T, Malcolm Bell, the quarterback from North Carolina Central, who you'll see in the bowl game, Leonard Tillery, the running back from Southern, the SWAC all-time leading rusher, as well as Devontae Kincaid, quarterback for Grambling, who you'll see on Saturday playing in the game. So Shaq Harris, you can't mention Grambling without Eddie Robinson and Doug Williams and Shaq Harris and Willie Brown, and it goes on, and Buck Buchanan, all these guys. So that's the tradition. But Central, interesting story, like we said, Grambling's going to have a star power, but keep in mind, North Carolina Central only entered the Mid-East Athletic Conference Division I in 2011. And here it is in 2016, they're competing for an HBCU national championship.
Right, talking to Jay Walker from ESPN. He'll be calling the game on ABC with North Carolina Central versus Grambling State. And I got to ask you, because you played in college in the NFL, it's all about TV. You and I both make a lot of money doing TV on the side, so of course we're partial to it. But I got to get your thoughts too about the whole Thursday night package. A lot of the NFL players, are tired. It's great for Thanksgiving because they already know they're going to play 2 or 3 games that day. But like college football, good and well as far as the ratings, it's hard to compete. When there's an NFL game on CBS or NBC or the NFL Network, and then ESPN's trying to put a bowl game on or just a regular season game on, and you guys have a game on ESPNU or something. What are your thoughts about that whole Thursday night package for pro and college both?
Yeah, I've seen the change. I mean, there's supply and demand. I mean, it's if you're a fan of North Carolina football, right, and the Tar Heels are playing the game on Thursday, you're gonna watch them. Just like if you're a fan of the Seattle Seahawks and they're playing on Thursday, they're going to watch. So there's a natural built-in fan base. You can't compete with the NFL. I think every sport has learned that. They're expanding their roots. It's just if they do Thursday, when are they going to start doing Friday? And then when you start doing Friday, then the high schools are going to get hit. And so it's just kind of, they had a good relationship. But at the end of the day, I always say this: it's going to be whatever competitive game is on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I do the Thursday night package at ESPNU, and whenever we have good games, our ratings stay the same. Now, if there's a blowout game on the big network, and then we've got a good game, our ratings are going to do well. If the NFL has a blowout game, our ratings are going to do well. So I think people just like to see competitive football, whether it's NFL, whether it's HBCU, whether it's big-time college football. So, the supply and demand, and obviously the demand for it. I know as a former player, I wouldn't like it because the one thing you appreciate about the NFL is the consistency. The fact that you get an opportunity to let your body heal, recover, study, all pro athletes like consistent. They like consistent routines, and I think this Thursday routine is really starting to mess with people and maybe injuries in terms of the time to heal and recuperate. So they've got to be aware of that.
Talking to Jay Walker from ESPN. This is Sports Scene. Greg Bicouvaris, glad you're with us live on 1650. Also, tunein.com by typing in WHKT on your phone or your computer, of course. And like you said, too, there's so many games on and we become a routine of habit. But I just think that the NFL it drowns everything out. You might be a fan of like North Carolina or North Carolina State, but they're not getting the casual fan even watching, let's say, Jacksonville play the Titans, and of course the Titans have actually played better this year.
Yeah, you can't compete against NFL. They've shown that they've got a pretty big monopoly on it. So that's why I think, you just have to have competitive football games.
Right. 41 bowls, Jay Walker. And, of course, it's very exciting around here because Old Dominion University in Norfolk is going to be playing in a bowl in the Bahamas, an ESPN bowl on December 23rd at 1 o'clock. And, of course, people are excited about that bowl game, too, because people might get tired of bowls or bowl minutia, but for a school like Old Dominion who's never been to a bowl, this is their world. This is their whole world coming up.
Man, it seems like not too long ago, was it, that you and I, we were working together in Old Dominion when I think they hosted Norfolk State in a FCS playoff game.
Sure.
And they were on the fast track, and now all of a sudden, fast forward, they're in a bowl game. They appreciate it. I've got some neighbors that play for Old Dominion. They're excited about it. And I think, that program has done a good job. The fan base there where you all are, your listening area, they deserve it. They take credit in this bowl game. I mean, when they made their entrance back into college football, they did it the right way. They did it in a major way, and they're still continuing to climb. It's unfortunate that what's the kid's name? Taylor Heineke.
Right.
He didn't get an opportunity to play in the bowl game because he was special.
Right. Of course, he's with the Vikings, and that's another whole story. But you look at the 41 bowls, and most of them are on the ESPN family of networks. Of course, the Popeyes Bahamas Bowl is one of the 13 ESPN events owned and operated bowls. So congratulations again, both to Old Dominion and Eastern Michigan. What has surprised you with the coaching changes so far? You're seeing the Temple coach who's going to be going to Baylor, and this always evolving. Yeah. I'm always intrigued by these coaching changes.
Yeah, it is. Down your way, Richmond coach left, huh?
Went to Delaware, yeah.
You guys are getting a new coach at Richmond. Who's coming up? Huseman? He's coming from Chattanooga, I believe.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Who's a really good coach. A really, really good coach. He's going to be a good one. And that's an addition, so you kind of see it coming. I'm glad to see some of the FCS guys get the opportunity to move up a little bit. It's coaching changes everywhere. That's the profession. The hot name is Fleck. Continues to be Fleck out of Western Michigan. Who's going to land him after that dream season? But it's that time of year. The Charlie Strong thing leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I think everybody agrees he didn't get treated fairly, but he didn't really help his own cause there. And it's who would have thought that a job like Temple would have become desirable? Years ago, nobody wanted a Temple job. Now, if you have success at Temple, you're on the bigger and better things. So that's starting to become a launching pad, so to speak. So, it's interesting that time of year, if you're going to stay in the business long enough, you're going to get hired and you're going to get fired. And that's just the way it is.
And that's right. In your neck of the woods, the Military Bowl in Annapolis, Temple is taking on Wake Forest December 27th. And talk about scandal there. The Temple coach, of course, is going to Baylor, which was all about scandal. And of course, their coach left. And then Wake Forest, Jay Walker, their radio announcer sold out. Just sold out.
Man, giving away the playbook,
I know.
Man. Can you believe that?
He's banned from the school now.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Yes.
You have to have a profession about yourself with a professionalism. So, I'm so paranoid, when I'm on a conference call, I really don't want that much information divulged to me. I'll see you face to face, and that way, if it gets out, you can know you told me. But, you violate the trust when you do stuff like that. And, you got one bad apple that's going to make it worse for everybody else that's in the industry. So I'm not too pleased about that. But, I'm glad they at least caught him. But I just can't believe that would happen. In today's, college football landscape with social media and so much out there, why do it? He deserves everything he gets in terms of being banned from that. If he doesn't get another opportunity to call a game, I would be okay with that too.
Yeah, exactly. We work hard in this business. And, of course, talking to Jay Walker from ESPN, I've worked with him before, great guy. And, of course, we'll talk a little politics before I let him go as well. So let's get to the Final Four. There's so many bowls. And, of course, Jay will be calling the North Carolina Central versus Grambling State game December 17th at noon on ABC. All right, let's start off with the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Alabama versus Washington. Alabama's got a great rookie quarterback. And, of course, Saban has been there and done that.
Yeah, but, UW, this is a long time coming for them. Pac-12 football is taking a hit over the past 5 or 6 years. And, ever since the glory days of USC, I don't think Pac-12 football has been getting the recognition that it deserves. Very tough conference. And I always say, anytime you can throw the football and you got a quarterback, you're a danger to any team in the country. And I think that's why Pac-12 football is really, really good. They've got so many great quarterbacks out there, they knock each other off. Alabama's going to do a fantastic job of making it one-dimensional. But there's some weapons in this game. Don't sleep on Washington. They've got a big-time wide receiver who can beat you one-on-one. It's just going to be a matter of will their offensive line hold up against that defensive line from Alabama, which I think is loaded with first- and second-round draft picks. So I see Bama getting it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dogs gave a close game. Always
a fun New Year's night. Of course, then Ohio State takes on Clemson. They played before in the Fiesta Bowl. Of course, Ohio State didn't play in the Big Ten Championship, but they did beat Michigan. Clemson is really just as a perennial power, and they got a great, great quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm not high on the Buckeyes this year. It was a great job by Urban Meyer, getting them back to this point. I really thought that Michigan should have beat them when we saw them take the loss earlier. I do like Clemson. I'm high on Deshaun Watson. I think Dabo Swinney's done a good job there. It goes back to quarterback play. You got a quarterback that can throw, and in this case, that can throw and run it. He's dangerous, and this is that time of year we're starting to see Deshaun Watson, the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, starting to really play like we knew he was capable of playing. So he seems to be a man on a mission. So I like Clemson in that ball game.
Yep. And of course, want to switch gears. Of course, a lot of great bowls. Talking to Jay Walker from ESPN. Jay, I got to get your thoughts too. The Rams just are now looking for a coach, and one of my all-time favorite players watching was O.J. Simpson and Eric Dickerson. And when you start dissing Eric Dickerson in public, it's karma. You can't do that and come back to the Rams. And Fisher right now is a lone man out as well. And I tell you one thing, you've seen players give up. Those Rams players gave up on him.
Yeah, they did. It happened quickly, too.
Sure.
I mean, I remember he was getting accolades early on. They won a game early in the season. And last year, they kind of had a tough season, but he was the guy they liked, the steady force. And then all of a sudden, it can just change so quickly. And I think the lesson is when you lose that locker room, it's tough to gain it back. And he clearly lost the locker room, lost the players' confidence. And I think the ownership did the right thing. If you see it there, it would have been easy for them to say, well, he's got a new contract, we're going to stick by him. But in their case, they were like, no, he's lost the locker room. We made a mistake giving him the contract extension. Let's move forward. I think it's a good move by the Rams. It's just unfortunate for Jeff Fisher.
Right. Talking to Jay Walker, who's also an elected official in the DMV and also with ESPN, a colleague of mine as well, too. Your thoughts about this whole presidential election? It seems like it's starting to finally calm down. I'm glad that Trump got Carson on his staff. You're not going to please everybody. And you know that, too, because you've ran for office. It's either there's no gray area. And I told a city council lady here, it's the most competitive thing in the world. I think sports prepared you for it, Jay, is going one-on-one in an election.
Man, I was having such a good time talking college football.
I know,
man.
but you're an elected official too. You do the best. What are your jobs? What are your jobs?
I always say, it's never as bad as people think.
Right.
Things are never as great as they seem. You just have to kind of take it with a grain of salt and just hope at the end of the day that, there's a song I was listening to by Sting the other day. I'm telling on myself, but I think it was called "I Hope the Russians Love Their Children Too." Mm-hmm. And so, that was like during the Cold War. You're like, hey, we kept talking about how bad the Soviet Union was, but they've got children and kids, too. They want the best for them. So you hope that a guy like Donald Trump just believes that once you get in office, it's bigger than you, to a sense. And, you've got to respect both sides and hear both sides and realize that these are people, too. They put their pants on one leg at a time. You may have a different ideology, but at the end of the day, just hope that, love, compassion, and human spirit will prevail.
Jay, leave us with your Twitter handle and a good note to end the show on.
My Twitter handle is @JWalkerSky, and always I'm fortunate enough to represent my folks here in Maryland, and also have two jobs that I love: calling sports, being involved in politics. So I'm very fortunate. And as always, Howard University to the day I die. I know that's Hampton Institute territory, but I'm an HU guy.
All right, Jay, all the best. Safe travels. We'll be watching you, North Carolina Central versus Grambling State on ABC, one of the top networks of all time. Jay, we will talk to you soon, my friend. Happy holidays.
Always good talking to you. Same to you. Be safe.
Thank you. All right, Jay Walker from ESPN. We get great guests right here on Sports Scene as always. It'll be archived on gjbtv.com by hitting the YouTube link. Greg Bicouvaris, glad you're with us. Stay tuned right here on 1650 AM and tune in.
Nor'easter season is here, so don't get all wet.
Protect your house. Call Crawl Space Door Systems at 363-0005. Reduce your flood insurance, reduce the threat of mold and insects, and save energy. Crawl Space Doors, air vents, flood vents, vent covers, and fans can help you stay dry or get you dry quickly. Contact Crawl Space Doors for more information at 363-0005 or online at crawlspacedores.com. Stay dry, my friends.
People in Chesapeake and Hampton Roads have come to expect the finest Italian food at Spaghetti Eddie's. In addition to great lunch and dinner served daily, this fine establishment caters to and can host your party. Call 484-7301 for their Taylor Road location and call 410-5500 for their restaurant in Greenbrier. For more, log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com. Hi, this is Greg Bicouvaris inviting you to join me for Sports Scene live each Wednesday from noon to 1 right here on News Talk 1650 and TuneIn.com by typing WHKT in the search box. Excellent guests and interaction at Greg Bick on Twitter, all powered by HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Sports Scene each Wednesday from noon to 1 right here on News Talk 1650.
Long's Billiards in Newport News is having a massive sale. 7, 8, even 9-foot tables are at an all-time low price, including Connolly, Brunswick, and Olhausen. 1,000 pool cues in stock are up to 30, 40, even 50% off. Over 100 pool tables also on sale. When gone, they're gone forever. Log on to longsbilliards.com. Call 599-3661 and visit them at 9906 Warwick Boulevard. Major clearance prices going on now at Long's Billiards.
Mi Hogar is your restaurant for the finest Mexican cuisine in Hampton Roads. At Mi Hogar, everything is prepared fresh in a casual atmosphere. Enjoy traditional favorites such as quesadillas, tacos, burritos, and fajitas, as well as refreshing beverages. Mi Hogar has two locations, 4201 Granby Street in Norfolk and 801 North Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. Call ahead at 640-7705. At Mi Hogar, there is something for everyone.
Interact with Sports Scene on Twitter at Greg Bick. Email the show, bicogb@hotmail.com. Now back to Greg Bicouvaris in the HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com studios. It's now time for Greg's Highlights, presented by HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com.
And I have a feeling that Joe Daniel and I will be talking about satellites for what teased me off a little bit later as well. We have a lot of fun with that. I want to thank Jay Walker from ESPN, who will be calling a bowl game during the bowl season as well. Also, want to thank Sonny Dirth for the college football bowl scene. All shows archived on gjbtv.com by hitting the YouTube link. Shop in the marketplace sponsors of both gjbtv.com, HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Get some holiday ideas, great restaurants, retail, services, marketplace right there. Save the date each Wednesday from noon to 1 for Sports Scene, HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Browse, shop, visit. A local's tradition is CP Shuckers, with locations on Shore Drive and Pacific Avenue. People love their prime rib, seafood, and much more. Of course, they showcase all the bowls that you want to see. They also showcase NHL, NBA, college basketball, all the NFL games. Like both locations on Facebook and log on to cpshuckers.com. Your holiday party headquarters is right there at CP Shuckers. Eat or be eaten at CP Shuckers. Great appetizers, burgers, pasta, seafood from Chef Jeff, Leon, Chris, Matt, and Mark at both Shore Drive and Pacific Avenue. Great place for holiday parties is CP Shuckers. Also, we'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world, listening to today's broadcast of Sports Scene in 175 countries aboard ships at sea on TuneIn.com by typing WHKT in the search bar. Thanks for all that you do. We hope you're enjoying today's version of Sports Scene live on your phone or your computer right there by typing WHKT on TuneIn.com. Also locally on the radio, 1650 AM as well. So we'll take a short break, come back with more of Sports Scene right here on 1650 AM, TuneIn.com. It's 12:36. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, this is the place where Washington Wizards basketball comes alive on the radio.
John Wall, edge of the circle, cuts to his right, splits the defenders, drives, 360 under the basket, makes and scores!
Follow John Wall and the Wizards all season long on their journey through the NBA.
Catch and shoot for three, it's there! It's there!
Check it on Twitter at Dave J Sports or at GC Talks. It is the hashtag radio party right here on your home for Washington Wizards basketball.
Listen on 1650 AM, The Answer. People in Chesapeake and Hampton Roads have come to expect the finest Italian food at Spaghetti Eddie's. In addition to great lunch and dinner served daily, this fine establishment caters to and can host your party. Call 484-7301 for their Taylor Road location and call 410-5500 for their restaurant in Greenbrier. For more, log on to SpaghettiEddiesPizzaCafe.com.
Nor'easter season is here, so don't get all wet.
Protect your house. Call Crawl Space Door Systems at 363-0005. Reduce your flood insurance, reduce the threat of mold and insects, and save energy. Crawl Space doors, air vents, flood vents, vent covers, and fans can help you stay dry or get you dry quickly. Contact Crawl Space Doors for more information at 363-0005 or online at crawlspacedores.com. Stay dry, my friends.
Now back to Greg Bicouvaris and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
All right, welcome back live to Sports Scene. Joe Daniel, go ahead and plug your show as well coming up on the weekends. Go ahead and plug your show real quick.
Yeah, it's called Picking Up the Habit. We're on every Saturday from 11 to 12. And I'm here with a Franciscan monk named Brother Tim, and he and I talk about things that are happening in the culture and the news, everything done through a Christian biblical perspective. And we try to be thought-provoking. We try to inspire people to change their minds and change the world around them, as well as building the kingdom, like I said, because it is a Christian program.
All right, very good. Don't forget the Wizards will be on starting in January, the Washington Wizards in the NBA. This is also your home for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, festive time of the year, 11 days before Christmas, but a lot of holiday happenings going on. We had her on a few weeks ago talking about Holly Dazzle. Let's welcome back from the Newport News Parks and Recreation, Renee Popernack. How are you, Renee?
We are great, and we are all in the holiday spirit.
Yes. I guess we can start off with what's going on since late November is right there, the Celebration in Lights. Talk about it.
Yeah, we're open every night through January 1st, and it's not only a great pre-Christmas thing to go to, but that awkward week after, in between Christmas and New Year's, when you have all the kids home and relatives, it's a great place to take the entire family to drive through and see the beautiful light displays at Newport News Park.
There's so much to do there, too, and, of course, there's always a lot of different lights. You stay in the comfort of your own car. You don't have to be cold or anything. You can get some hot chocolate before you go, and really there's something for everyone because those lights really do pick up the spirit, and like you said, it's all the way good through January.
Yeah, and there's also another offer that a lot of people don't know about. It's only $12 a car to drive through the light show, which is very affordable compared to some other shows. But in addition to that, we'll take $2 off of each car admission if you bring a donation of pet food or human food for the local shelters.
Just so you know, folks, that's right off of Jefferson Avenue near the Fort Eustis section, the Newport News Park. You can't miss it. It's an excellent event. To me, it's one of my top 5 favorite things to do during the holiday season, right up there with a lot of good things, Celebration and Lights. Really, it's just so many lights going on. We kind of call them the 100-mile miles of lights as well. So really just a lot of fun. All right, so you just had Holly Dazzle recently. Give us the pros, the cons. You had it on Fridays before. You've had it Saturday the last few times. Weather cooperated with you for the most part. Are there things that you always want to tweak, and what did you like about it? What are some things that kind of concerned you?
Well, we had a great crowd, and honestly, the crowd is getting more young children actually having it on Saturdays, which is nice, because we have activities that start earlier in the day, and some families with very young children even come and enjoy the kids' activities and leave before it gets too late for their children. So we actually have almost two crowds. We have like a early pre-crowd and then the crowd that stays all the way to the fireworks. It's worked out very well for us.
Mm-hmm. So, of course, next year you plan on bringing it back on a Saturday?
Yes, Holly Dazzle will stay on Saturday from now on. That was a great move, and everybody seems to be very happy with it.
How much easier does that make it for you guys in the office there? Because it's right there basically where the nice fountain is at the City Center in Newport News for the locals and the tourists both alike, that you can pretty much just walk downstairs and tweak something as opposed to the July 4th event or even the Newport News Park Celebration and Lights.
But it is very convenient for us because we can even store some supplies in our offices and our computers, so we have access to everything we need very easily at City Center, because we don't just do Holly Dazzle out here. We do the Friday night concerts in the summer out here, and we have St. Patrick's Day, we have Cinco de Mayo, so we do other events throughout the year at City Center too, also through Parks and Recreation.
Of course, the tourism does a great job with their 2016 holiday events. What are some other events coming up between now and New Year's that you want to talk about and promote?
Yeah, there's activities really at all the sites in Newport News, Peninsula Fine Arts Center, Virginia Living Museum, and even our historic sites like Lee Hall Mansion is all decorated for the holidays, and that's a nice thing to take out-of-town visitors to also.
Parks and Recreation, there's a lot of great facilities in Newport News. Of course, you welcome people from all over that they can get the swimming passes for the Midtown Community Center. And, of course, the Denby Community Center is very nice. Really, Renee, there's something for everyone throughout the entire city. And, of course, tourism and the Nolan Trail or the Newport News Park are really just nice landmarks.
And a lot of it is either free or very low cost, which makes it very nice for large families and also when you're entertaining people from out of town.
Right, so a lot of events going on. You can see it, the 2016 holiday events, and Newport News puts on a nice brochure, newport-news.org as well. And, of course, Parks and Recreation and the Tourism Department work hand in hand in promoting it this time of the year. But Celebration of Lights going on, and it's going on for the next several weeks. A lot of fun for everyone through January 1st. nnva.gov, that's nnva.gov, the 24th Annual Celebration in Lights. And it gets dark earlier, and that also adds more, people going through as well.
Oh, yeah. It is great. Those long winter nights are good for something.
Right. And looking ahead to 2017, what are some of the big events that you want to talk about on the outline there?
Yeah, we have a lot coming up. The city is celebrating the Ella Fitzgerald Centennial in 2017. So we have a lot of events coming up. There will be celebrating her. They'll have special events, and also we'll add some features to our regular events that celebrate Ella Fitzgerald because she was born in the city of Newport News.
Renee, thank you for all that you do, and of course we look forward to talking to you again in the first quarter.
All right, thank you.
Happy holidays. Renee Popernack right there talking about the great events going on in Newport News. And I tell you, Joe Daniel, that's a lot of fun where you can sit in your car like we talked about before and see all the nice holiday light, because lights do brighten the mood.
You're right. No, I think, and my wife and I were talking about this last week. When are we going to do this? Because I talked to her about it, and so I think we're actually going to go on Sunday.
Or waiting for Uncle Greg to give you a pass.
Oh.
Of course. All right. Buffalo Wild Wings, of course, is hosting all the bowls. I mean, wall-to-wall bowls. Folks, Buffalo Wild Wings has got such great food. They've got the best wings in Virginia. And, of course, they always got specials with gift cards. Buy $25 in holiday gift cards for use on a future visit. And, of course, get a blazing bonus worth up to $100. So after January 1st, you can cash it in. And that's now through December 31st. Of course, they've got delicious burgers, great appetizers. They got the fried pickles. They've got the mozzarella sticks. They got all the wings you want, all the various sauces. Several wing-type restaurants are closing, but the Buffalo Wild Wings, it's got a great location. Paul Odette, great staff. in Newport News, right there when you go shopping at Patrick Henry Mall in that area, or just go by any Buffalo Wild Wings, but support the one on Jefferson Avenue, Paul Odette, wall-to-wall TVs. They're having an Old Dominion and, of course, Virginia Tech watch parties for their bowl games. Of course, Buffalo Wild Wings, 12150 Jefferson Avenue, all the great NBA college football bowl games, all the NFL postseason, the big game, Old Dominion's big bowl game as well, coming up on December 23rd, right there at 1 o'clock as well. Looking forward to that against Eastern Michigan. And Virginia Tech, of course, is playing in their bowl game coming up too as well. Virginia Tech and Arkansas, that is in the Belk Bowl coming up. You can watch it all at Buffalo Wild Wings in Newport News, wall-to-wall TV, Wings, Beer, Sports. Stay tuned for more Sports Scene. We'll be back after these messages.
Oh, yeah, this is the place where Washington Wizards basketball comes alive on the radio.
John Wall, edge of the circle, cuts his right, splits the defenders, drives, 360 under the basket, makes and scores!
Follow John Wall, the Wizards, all season long on their journey through the NBA.
Catch and shoot for three, it's there! It's there!
Check it on Twitter at Dave J Sports or at GC Talks. It is the hashtag radio party right here on your home for Washington Wizards basketball.
Listen on 1650 AM, The Answer.
Nor'easter season is here, so don't get all wet.
Protect your house. Call Crawl Space Door Systems at 363-0005. Reduce your flood insurance, reduce the threat of mold and insects, and save energy. Crawl Space Doors, air vents, flood vents, vent covers, and fans can help you stay dry or get you dry quickly. Contact Crawl Space Doors for more information at 363-0005 or online at crawlspacedores.com. Stay dry, my friends.
Hi, this is Greg Bicouvaris inviting you to join me for Sports Scene live each Wednesday from noon to 1 right here on News Talk 1650 and tunein.com by typing WHKT in the search box. Excellent guests and interaction at Greg Bick on Twitter, all powered by HamptonRoadsOnlineMall.com. Sports Scene each Wednesday from noon to 1 right here on News Talk 1650.
Now back to Greg Bicouvaris and Sports Scene in the Hampton Roads Online Mall.com studio.
All right, welcome back live to the radio. We've had 2 hours of extravagant radio today from 11 to 12. We had the college football bowl scene presented by longsbilliards.com. Go by and get a pool table, and at the cash register, $400 discount at checkout. You can't beat it. For more, go to longsbilliards.com. Tell your friends about the great pool table savings at longsbilliards.com. Of course, Sports Scene right here from 12 to 1. At Greg Bick on Twitter. That's GREGBIC. Go to GJBTV.com. Hit the YouTube link for archive shows. Follow me on Twitter as well. Regular. We just had her last week. She's been in the studio with us before. I had her several times when we worked at the game as well. I've known her for several years. The chocolate headquarters in Virginia Beach. The one and only, theroyalchocolate.com. Let's welcome Brenda Tusing. How are you, Brenda?
I'm great, but with that introduction, I felt like I needed a drum roll. Could you work on that?
Yeah, well, look, you've got the perfect place for energy right there with the Royal Chocolate.
I'll tell you what, talk about energy and chocolate all rolled up into one. We're right in the throes of the busiest season, the last couple of weeks. You know, so many people think that they need to wait till the last minute for their chocolate because it won't be good on Christmas Day, which is really not accurate. But I really think they're afraid to take it home because they'll eat it if they take it home too soon. That's my suspicion.
You're right.
But we have got a store filled with beautiful, beautiful products. We have lots of gift baskets that are, each one is built here in the house by our staff. The bows are all handmade. They are just so eye-appealing, first of all. Just the presentation is beautiful. And then they are just packed, filled with great chocolates made here in the store and chocolates from around the world and cookies. You can have apples in them. Very unique gift, and like I said, a beautiful presentation. So we're busy like little elves working on all of those items too.
And social media is great, folks, but this is the time of the year you want to make the effort and go inside the store. And, of course, they can do shipping as well, theroyalchocolate.com. You can see them on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. But there's nothing like going in and browsing, shopping, and visiting. I call it Candy Chocolate Wonderland.
It's a great time of year. We just had a woman in today. She was doing some client gifts, and she needed a couple of things. And the nice thing about the store is, I mean, we got them ready for her, but while she was sitting, we have the fireplace turned on, of course, because it'll take the chill out of the air. And we made her a hot chocolate, and she sat by the fire and caught up on a few emails and things on her phone, and just really, I said to her, we'll be finished shortly, and she said, oh, please, take your time. She was just enjoying sitting here. So it's really, it's a feast for the eyes and the senses, and certainly delicious.
That whole area you're in, it's kind of like a destination during the holidays. There's something going on.
Yeah, we have so much here. Actually, a couple doors down from us right now, they have a little Santa's Village going on the weekends, fun activities for the kids. There's a photographer here in Town Center, Ramon, and he's doing some photos down there. Lots of shopping. Gosh, I'm looking right out the window at Brooks Brothers and the Loft, and Anthropology's here now, and West Elm and Lululemon. There's so much, and then if you get bored and tired of shopping, you can pop into any one of the really nice restaurants for something to eat, a glass of wine, whatever.
557-6925, the phone number, 557-6925, theroyalchocolate.com. And really, it's a destination place. It's almost like, save the date, walk in, go there during a weekday and weekend, and you try to make it convenient with really good hours.
We are open 10 in the morning to 9 at night, Monday through Saturday, and we're open 12 to 5 on Sunday. I think people are a little sort of put off balance here. They're doing a lot of construction across the street, actually. As I'm sitting here in what I thought would be a quieter space, I'm watching them do pile driving. But there is we still have on-street parking here. There's rows and rows of levels of parking in our building. But we also do a thing that, if you know what you want and you don't want to find a place to park, give us a call, pay for it over the phone, and call us when you're out front, and we'll bring it to you. We do curb service. We've always done that, but I think people are finding it particularly helpful right now, with one side of the street not having parking where we are.
We're talking to Brenda Tusing, one of the owners of the Royal Chocolate. Give us your full address.
We're at 164 Central Park Avenue in the Virginia Beach Town Center. So we're right off, if you turn off the boulevard between Cheesecake Factory and P.F. Chang's, we're on the Chang side, the second block down.
Right. It really just is a chocolate candy wonderland.
It's a wonderland, just a wonderful winter wonderland.
It is.
What we've got. And it's gorgeous.
Right.
This time of year, all the greens and reds and the bows and the rivets and the sparkly things. And we have the other thing people don't realize, because we do offer really high-quality chocolate, people seem to think that everything is very expensive. And we have some nice gifts starting at like $5. And they're nicely boxed, good chocolate, and you can do stocking stuffers here. We have things for the kids, just all kinds of things happening. The next 2 Saturdays, we only have 2 Saturdays before Christmas is here. This coming Saturday, we have a 12 months of the year. We call it the 12 months of the sweetest gift. And each month of the year, the person can come in and receive a hot chocolate and a truffle, for example, or $10 towards whatever they'd like. So it's a year-round chocolate gift. We're doing those 2 for 1 this Saturday, and the following Saturday we'll be doing our fondue for 2 gift certificates, $30 value, 2 for 1.
What about Miss Claus or Santa Claus, or the whole the entree of the peppermint bark candy? What are your thoughts about that?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part. I think it's the pile driving.
No, the pile driving, yeah. The peppermint candy seem to be really popular this time of the year.
Oh, yes. In fact, our apple of the month has a layer of peppermint fudge.
Nice.
So they're all Granny Smith. They all have caramel, including that one, and then there's a layer of peppermint fudge, and then we dip them in dark milk or white Belgian chocolate. But, yeah, we do make a peppermint bark here. We have peppermint sticks that we dip. Lots of peppermint things around. Yeah, it's people really love this season with all that peppermint possibilities going on.
All right, we'll give my best to Terry. We'll talk after the first of the year.
Talk soon, I guess. We'll talk after the first of the year. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a fabulous New Year.
You too. Always a pleasure. Right
thank
there.
You, Greg.
Thank you. Brenda from theroyalchocolate.com. And just saying the word chocolate, Joe Daniel, is it's unbelievable what it does to the senses.
Yeah, that chocolate fondue thing sounded awesome. I like fondue.
If I gave up my career in broadcasting, I would just work at a candy store like that all day.
Be a Willy Wonka.
Just licorice. Give me licorice and candy and peanut butter cups and also. All right, let's get to what teased me off.
What Tees You Off? Presented by GJBTV.com.
And our good friends at Outback Steakhouse in Virginia Beach. Go by and see Michael and the staff at 1255 Fordham Drive. Folks, before you get to have your dessert, you got to eat something too, right? Of course, lunch and dinner in Kempsville. Outback Steakhouse, the premier restaurant in Virginia Beach. They got great appetizers like bloom petals, coconut shrimp. They got wings. They got steaks. They got salmon. They got seafood. They got pasta. Even they got seasonal parfaits there as well. Really, really good. Outback Steakhouse, wall-to-wall TVs to watch all the college football bowl games, NFL right there. What's better than a steak, a Caesar salad, baked potato or French fries, and a nice shrimp grill in the Barbie? They're doing all types of specials. It really pays to be an Outback member because they give away free appetizers all the time. All inclusive, great restaurant. Outback Steakhouse. Go by and see Mike and the friendly staff. Put that holiday cheer on. Get a nice cocktail, adult beverage, great appetizer. Only at Outback Steakhouse at 1255 Fordham Drive in Virginia Beach. Great parking, great place to take your friends or family, and they got excellent gift cards there too as well. All right, what teased me off? How when you make a phone call, you say hello and goodbye normally. Not with texting. The whole flow of texting can stop immediately.
Yeah, it takes two, and you have to, I think you have to conclude it. All right, and confirm or whatever. Don't just stop because then it's you're left in the air.
Right, exactly. You and I, even when we text about the show or games, we always end it. I mean, it's not that difficult. All right, people who make excuses. Well, my phone doesn't work this week. My phone doesn't work next week. My battery's dead. I lost my contacts.
I
don't have access to. I don't have access to a computer even. Folks, public libraries have free computers too. Yeah. All right, great to get 3 estimates. Let me tell you why, JD. For leaves, for one person said $120 to $180 for the front and back. The other person said he charges by the hour. The other said he did the front and back leaves and grass cutting for only $60.
Wow.
When someone does a promo in third person, hello, Dennis Prager, post office parking in lines, they can be daunting this time of the year. You try to wait for stamps.
You just say it and then you move on. People who do promos in third person, Dennis Prager.
Yes.
Talking about stamps.
But he does a fun way of doing it.
Yeah.
All right. When 2 cars try to pass each other in one small lane, that is narrow to say the least. Go figure.
Yeah.
Saw a TV segment on CNN with 5 guests all try to get a word in edgewise at the same time.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
That's so popular nowadays. They have these huge panels where everybody wants to talk at the same time and nothing gets accomplished at all.
Yeah. Okay, people who complain at city council meetings, don't complain to the city council people. You voted for them. Go run for office yourself. That's my opinion. Make the difference yourself. Don't always complain about the elected officials.
Did you hear going on that this girl who went to her city council meeting to talk about bringing back the McRib during the Thanksgiving?
Wow.
She actually had a speech, spoke in front of the city council saying it's part of my Thanksgiving and Christmas tradition to go to McDonald's at this time of year and get a McRib and like 50 nuggets or something.
Like they own,
and
they
then
own
it
a
said,
McDonald's.
please bring it back.
Yes, like they own a McDonald's. All right, Senator Mitch McConnell, you go back and forth, Republican, Democrat, Trump, pro-Trump. It's time to retire, McConnell. It's time to retire. Marathon races, Joe Daniel, there's too many of them. I mean, really, there's just a marathon for everything.
People love these marathons. They go from marathon to marathon and like run them on a daily thing.
Yeah, finally, pistachios. Oh, they're a great holiday snack, but you need the National Guard to open them up, for God's sake. Anyway, I want to thank our great guest today, Jay Walker. Also want to thank Renee Popernack, also Brenda Tusing, also for people that joined us during the first hour for the College Football Bowl scene. GJBTV.com, hit the YouTube link. For JD, I'm Greg Bicouvaris. Happy Wednesday. We'll be back next week and talk to you soon.
The best of News Talk Radio in Hampton Roads, AM 1650, WHKT Portsmouth. We are the answer.